Guys, do you know what's insane? My last video got like almost 2,000 views, which, I don't think it deserved any of those because I'm a terrible YouTuber and I speedrun Minecraft, which is like one of the most boring things ever because it's just so repetitive. That video did not deserve 17,000 views. Oh my goodness. But that happened, and I think that's insane. But in that video, I was talking about like being sick. I mentioned how I was in a children's theater production of The Little Mermaid. I was playing, uh, gosh, what's the freaking character called? I should know this. I'm so dumb sometimes. Prince Eric. I was Prince Eric in The Little Mermaid, but the thing that I was super scared of in that video was I was just so sick. I was so sick. You do not even want to know. But I'm going to tell you anyways cuz that's the point of this video. I was really scared that I had strep throat. And the reason I was scared was because I'd been performing with a bunch of my friends from high school in a like class project show where we just took a bunch of songs from our director's favorite musicals, like Hamilton, Phantom of the Opera, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Hadestown, and like put them all together in one massive show for her. We had like costumes and everything. It was so fun. We got mics. Her husband was involved in everything. A bunch of the teachers at our school were involved. It was just a surprise for her, and we performed it for her on her birthday. Uh, which was just so cool. That was really I think it's just a coincidence how that worked out. Because it was just a Saturday at the end of school, and yeah, that was really fun. But one of the people who I like was hanging out with a lot, one of my really good friends, he ended up getting strep throat right after the show, and so like right after I heard he had strep throat, I realized that I was feeling super sick, especially around my throat. And so I was worried that I had gotten strep throat from him. And that just took over my brain for a couple days. Thank goodness I ended up not having strep throat. I went to the doctor and it turned out to just be like a terrible, terrible cold. Oh my freaking goodness. But yeah, I'm kind of over it at this point. You might hear that I'm still congested. But yeah, other than that, I feel fine. I had this terrible cough. Oh my gosh. And this was what I was really worried about when doing Little Mermaid. Because the first thing you have to understand is Little Mermaid and the class project were not the only two productions that I did this year. I also did the high school musical that... Why does that sound weird? Because High School Musical is just already a movie and it's so popular. Anyways, the musical that we did in high school was Into the Woods, and I was one of the leads. So I was just doing a lot of stuff. At the same time that I was in The Little Mermaid, and that was really hard. Especially because, like, I wanted to put my high school productions in front of children's theater. One, because like we performed first, and also because it's more high level, and it's just really a surreal experience being a part of a high school production that actually takes the performance aspect of everything super seriously. And like that's something that I have a great passion for, just performing and singing, and I love it so much. But yeah, so I put that in front of I put Into the Woods in front of The Little Mermaid for 3 months. For the 3 months that I was in both productions. But okay, so I think high school was rehearsing from January to mid-March when we had our performances. But then children's theater was rehearsing from January to like like mid to early June. Really just mid-June, because it was June 15th that we had our last performance. Anyways, so there were only like 2 months where I was just trying to hardcore focus on learning my lines for Prince Eric. But, okay, what you have to understand about Prince Eric is that his lines, most of them are just monologues, because he's pretty much just talking to Ariel, and Ariel says nothing. So he's just like the only one talking for 10 years in a single scene. And it's just like really interesting how, oh my gosh, how just he like keeps talking and rambling on. There's just one scene where he's the only person talking. Tackling. That's a new language throw. Anyways, there's just a scene where he's the only one saying any words for like 7 minutes, and it's insane. Anyways, what was I going toward? Oh yeah. So I was really sick at the same time that I was doing these shows, and I had this terrible cough, and I was so afraid that I was just gonna, in the middle of a show, just like, burst out coughing. It was gonna be either hilarious or dumb. Yeah. And so I was just stressing about that. Before every show, me and a couple of my friends would say prayers that just the show would go smoothly, and if any of us made mistakes, we could all smoothly recover. And for the most part, that pretty much worked. But yeah, where was I going with this? Gosh, I completely lost my train of thought. I have no clue where I'm gonna go, where I was going with this. So I'm just going to talk about. Okay. So the most random thing that I can think of right now is when I was very young, like 8, like not okay, 8 is not very young, like 5, between the ages of like 5 and 11, there was this one YouTube channel that I absolutely loved, and it's not Minecraft or anything, it's sketch comedy. Uh, if any of if any of you have heard of it, then good for you. It's called Studio C. It was one of the funniest like sketch comedy groups that I had ever seen. It was one of the only sketch comedy groups that I had ever seen at that point in my life. But other than that, it was hilarious. Some of my favorite childhood memories are just watching Studio C sketches, because they were so talented, they were so funny, and there's like part of what like made me want to be like a performer, made me want to be on stage and making people laugh, or just like telling a story. It really helped me with my journey, and yeah, I like Studio C. Go check it out. Actually, don't, because they suck now. What happened was, so they were just a group at a college at BYU University. What am I doing? I was just over here. Oh, because I'm dumb and I am terrible at stronghold navigation. Anyways, this is the portal room, right? It's not? Okay. Well, Studio C had just a cast of like 10 people. That's a lot of creepers and mobs. Anyways, we're going back. They had a cast of 10 people, and they were just like some of the most hilarious people I think I've ever like seen on YouTube in my entire life. So what ended up happening was they like kept doing seasons, because Studio C was kind of like a TV show on BYU TV. So they did like a bunch of seasons. I'm clearing out my inventory in just the worst way possible. It definitely got better when I kept like running this. When I kept running these two mods over and over again. over and over and over again. It's really fun, okay? I got like 4 PBs in one day, and all of them I'm gonna make videos about. Okay? So, don't judge. But what ended up happening was after the 9th season, the entire cast changed to just new people. That's kind of obvious, I didn't mean to say that. But, these people were just not funny at all, and completely destroyed like what Studio C meant to me, and now I hate Studio C so much. The burning, fiery passion. But every every sketch between the 1st and 9th season are just so hilarious, and also the videos about to be over. So I hope you like my rant about performing and also Studio C. Uh, Leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Goodbye, everyone. Everyone, have a nice day.